Hi there, I'm Kara, and I talk to wine. Today is all about the bubbles. We're talking about sparkling wine. It's getting hot, it's summer, you need something to cool down, just enjoy. And I have, hopefully, your new go-to selection for a style of sparkling wine. We all know Prosecco, we all know Cava, we all know all that good stuff. But I want to introduce you to cremant. So, on this bottle, this is called Cremant d'Alsace. And it is a Brut Rosé. That just means it's dry and it's rosé in style. And this is by Aliment Longnier. There you go, in case you want to see the bottle. There's many, it's still blurry. Sorry about that. But long story short, Cremant. And Cremant d'Alsace is something you can look for on the shelves of your local wine shop or your grocery store because there will be great examples of that. So what makes Cremant so special? Why am I introducing it to you today? So a Cremant is going to be made in the same way you would make a champagne. So meaning méthode champenoise or méthode traditionnelle. And it just means it's fermented inside of the bottle. We can get a lot more technical, but I just want you to remember, when you see Cremant, it's made in the same way as champagne, with that attention to detail, with that more refined and specific intentional production style, which will lead to a different quality in the glass, a different set of characteristics, more complex, more layered, and slightly more intriguing. So just think of that in that lens of thought, of cremant, okay? And let's go over a little bit what makes different cremants different. So you have, let's just, for example, you have 7 different regions within France that can make cremant, and 2 that automatically pop to mind, Cremant des Loire and Cremant des Jura, and then of course Cremant d'Alsace. So all those are gonna be different because of the traditional grapes grown in those regions and how the different geography and weather impacts those grapes. So although the Cremant will have a similar vein of style, the grapes and where they're being grown is always going to dictate the final style. So because this is Alsace, because this is the Pinot Noir grape that sees just a little bit of skin contact to give us this blush color, it will have its own set of characteristics. So let's go ahead and break down what this wine is all about. Maybe you'll pick up a bottle and enjoy on a nice hot day yourself. So long story short, the bubbles, and the reason I pour it into a regular wine glass is don't always feel like you have to do a flute, because sometimes a flute, it's nice for exposing and expressing what's called the perlage, or the stream of bubbles, the bead. It helps you to see that, but it also restricts the smells and it restricts how the wine hits your palate, so you honestly get the most out of it from an all-purpose wine glass, although you don't get to see as much of the perlage. And last note on perlage and beads, essentially the smaller the bubbles, the more persistent and continuous the perlage or the bead of bubbles tends to dictate and showcase a bit more quality. So the more coarse, fat, and large the bubbles, you can almost assume that there's been some carbon dioxide injection instead of the natural carbon dioxide that's released and trapped from that fermentation in the bottle. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so nice light pink color, beautiful persistent bead. Say that 5 times fast. And let's give it a smell. So yeah, just this really nice intermixing of bright red fruits, kind of tart, crisp fruits, little white flower, beautiful minerality, this beautiful kind of sea spray, rocky granite minerality with all of that kind of undertone of a slight savory, more kind of just a little bit of an overall almost yeasty, slightly more dense smell to it. Not just all kind of fluttery, and there just feels like there's more to it. Okay, let's give it a taste. Nice generosity, just a little kiss of that leftover sugar on the tip of the tongue, but then it hits lots of different parts of the palate, nice and mouth-watering, really bright acidity, just means how much your mouth waters, so it's got a lot of that. Lean, taut, right down the palate, but it really does give you those same flavors of the juicy red fruits, the minerality, a little bit of that extra savory touch and tone. So just lots going on. Very easy drinking, but you feel like you're getting a bit more out of a bottle of sparkling for quite an affordable price point, right? So cremants will be less than champagne, thank God. I mean, it's pretty affordable. So you can dance around 20 to 30 bucks and get a really quality product if you just kind of know what to look for. And don't forget, this is a pairing secret. You can really pair a lot of interesting foods with sparkling wine with cremant. Your brie, your soft cheeses, fried chicken, so crunchy foods, calamari. So don't be afraid to really bring sparkling wine and cremant to your table, because it really can add a nice dimension to a pairing. Finally, invest in one of these, because myself, as much as the next girl, love a good bottle, love to try to, you know, finish it every time, but God knows sometimes we need to have a little difference. So this is actually a sparkling wine or champagne stopper. Amazon, invest in one. It will save your life when you're just trying to save a bottle and you don't want it to go flat. So invest in one of these, whoever you decide to buy from. So those are your tricks, your tips, your new pieces of information to hopefully help you enjoy wine even more. Last thing, book news. Book news! So pre-release, pre-order is coming. I will keep you very abreast and give you all the information on that. But for now, I just want you to look forward to and keep your ears and eyes open, because there are a lot of exciting events that are being planned around and for my book release with awesome people, and it's just a great time to be had. So big cities, if you're in New York, if you're in Charleston, if you're in DC, if you're in Dallas, Jacksonville, of course, Orlando, just a lot of options coming up for me to engage with you and give you my book. Not give you, you know what I mean. But I look forward to seeing you all out there on the road, and stay tuned. Stay tuned for more wine videos. So for now, cheers and have a good one.